I trusted you. I took my heart out of my chest and placed it in your care. You were supposed to be my life support. Your emotions were to flow through the IV, pumping compassion into my veins, providing my soul with morphine to ease the pain of a hardened spirit. I was making progress, but you tore out my life support. I can't survive on my own. Mentally, I'm screaming, fuck you. But emotionally, I still crave your spirit. I lie paraplegic watching you medicate other bitches with your syringes, leaving me barren with no fluid in my IV. Where the fuck is my fluid? Am I less of a woman for wishing you could prescribe me with love and happiness? Joy, not pain? Even for another heartache. Terminal illnesses make you see things clearly. And it's clear to me that it's time to end this life support.
Hello, class. My name is Dr. Jacques, and I'll be your substitute psychology professor today. What is loyalty?
Sticking with one.
Just loyalty is like the act of faithfulness to like a commitment or obligation.
Loyalty is when you're 100% for somebody. Like if I'm there for you and you there for me, I'm loyal to you.
So loyalty goes in different ways, different directions. It applies in multiple contexts. It applies in friendships, applies in just general relationships.
How would you define it in a relationship?
Loyalty in a relationship is, for me, in the same sense as commitment. To be dedicated to somebody 100%, be honest with them all the way, tell them everything, and be there for them no matter what. That's being loyal to me. In terms of romantic relationship, I believe that loyalty has multiple facets. I think that one facet of loyalty is safety, making a person feel safe through commitment. I think that in any relationship, I think that what makes a relationship last, what makes it strong, is that the people mutually feel safe.
Positive.
Yes, positive. And you know for what? For gonorrhea.
Well, you trying to say I did this?
Who else could it be?
You tell me.
Z, don't play with me. You know you were my first and my only, so who's the bitch you been creeping with?
Mutually
Come on, man.
feel safe with one another. I think that this safety is a result of them investing in one another, investing time in one another, speaking positive things, motivating, pushing, challenging one another. But ultimately, I think all of these things create loyalty, which essentially is commitment and making one another feel secure in the relationship that you're in.
And when you're single, you can talk to this girl, you can talk to that girl, you can talk to that guy, you can talk to that guy. You like when you're single, as a single individual, you can do whatever you want. But in a relationship, it takes a certain level of self-control.
Right, and I think some people, when they get into that relationship, they don't understand why they can't do this or why they can't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was doing this before I met you. You knew what I was about. You knew I went to the club every weekend. And when you're in a relationship, you expect different. I don't expect you to go out every weekend. That's like I said, like staying true, to that person in that relationship. When you get around somebody else, you're not acting funny towards that person, or you're not, bashing that person. It's also respecting you, like Quan said, but respecting that person in that relationship, staying true to them and yourself.
A person being cheated on gives their partner a second chance. Do you agree or disagree on this?
All right. I help out since it's now 22, and yes, I'm gonna say from my experience, yeah, I've been cheated on, and I, forget, gave someone, forgave someone, and is that right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, forgave someone and took them back, and it was wrong, but when you love that person, I believe in second chances. So I was like, it is what it is. Let's just see how this goes. you mess up again. So yeah.
I believe that second chance gives you the opportunity to make up what you fucked up.
Okay. Good, class. How much influence does the social media have on cheating?
Man, I'm talking about, yo, I get on that joint. I got my girl, you know, it's on the phone. I might be on a laptop. I might be on tag or some joint, you feel me? And I'm like, I can't deal with the girls, you feel me? I mean, that's a sign, you feel me? That's a sign. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm on tag or whatever. And I see all these girls, you know, she got the booty shots and all, you feel me? Like, come on now. Your girl not giving up now? Hey, I'm gonna hit you up. Why not?
Look. You shouldn't be easily tempted.
Oh,
Explore yourself in a relationship and then on tag that. You don't watch Catfish?
Man, I'm going to blackpeoplemeet.com.
So you would say it makes it easier on social media to cheat?
I feel like it was invented to scramble our minds and keep our hormones raging, just because we're looking at so many different things and bodies and.
I agree.
I think the reason why people cheat is because of their inner self, their self-abandonment. Like, for instance, like, they're trying to be filled with greed and trying to be filled with happiness. So they go out and look for that happiness, and they expect that their partners is going to give them that. So going into the relationship, you're expecting your partner for y'all to be happy, for you guys to just be filled with joy, everything that a relationship should be filled with. But when you're not getting that, that's when you escape and you try to find that with someone else, someone more attractive, someone more emotional, attentive. And so all that turns into cheating, and I feel as if men cheat for quantity and women cheat for quality.
Okay. So I'm going to separate the men and women for these questions. I'm going to give the men the aspect of a woman question, and I'm going to give the women the aspect of a man's question. Now, for the men, why do you believe women cheat? A little stumped, huh?
Alright. I feel like women cheat because, honestly, a male could have did them wrong, so they want revenge. All women, I feel like, be wanting revenge. But other than that, women cheat just basically for revenge. That's how I feel.
Women cheat because maybe we're not happy, and we're trying to find love somewhere else.
Women, they cheat because they want to get some.
Let me. So as of right now, I'm putting myself in their shoes. Okay, the reason why women cheat on men, maybe because they might have insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, I might be talking to this girl, and they might see me, and they might take it the wrong way and be like, oh, he's a, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do talk to him, and he's a very, handsome guy, and girls do be around him a lot. Maybe, he might be doing something. So I'm gonna do the same thing just because. But I mean, and at the same time, the man might not be doing something that benefits the woman, and he might not be giving her what she needs. So, I mean, I'm just being straight up like, look.
So, overall, to the men, you think the environment influences women to cheat?
And materialistic things.
I ain't gonna lie.
Materialistic things? And yours was?
It was the environment.
Environment? Okay, so materialistic things and environment. All right. Now, let's switch it over to the women.
Gucci.
I feel like I know. Women, why do you think men cheat?
I feel men cheat because simply they want to. For two, they're very territorial. They look at women in a sense like we're a fire hydrant. Like they can claim their territory, leave, and then go find another fire hydrant and do the same thing. Just simply because they know they can and they want to.
So that is numerous things that are like the fire hydrant that you gave example is numerous, so they can find another one just like
right. And I feel like it's their insecurities as well. Like to piggyback off what Regina said earlier, I feel like it's quantity. Every guy want to have a big body count. That's what they pride themselves in. That's what they would like to do.
That's
what they pride themselves in.
It's women's time.
That's what they pride
The
themselves in.
physical attributes.
Yes.
Because men be thinking with
Ego.
their penis and not the brains, the good brains that the Lord gave them.
Or it could be the same. They're not
reason
happy.
a man could cheat is because it could be something that the woman, that female is not doing for him. That's a reason why a man can cheat.
And men cheat because they don't know how to communicate that.
Yeah, and I think men cheat because, like I said, it's an ego thing. It's that pride. I can have this girl. I can have this girl. I can have this girl, and it just they love that. Like, who doesn't? You know, I'm the man. Like, I can have all these women and get away with it. Like,
just like the booties, the chest, all of that, like whatever. Like that's what they pride themselves.
They want to see how deep they can go in another tunnel.
Right.
Shut the.
I agree. And I don't agree with Z said about the materialistic things because simply, if I knew there was another nigga that had more money with you, I wouldn't have more money than you. I would have never said I would be with you from the jump if I knew there was better. Why am I gonna settle for one when there's better? That's the whole thing, settling. I'm not gonna settle for somebody if I know there's a chance that I might want somebody better. I'm not gonna waste your time.
All right.
And that's what y'all confuse females with. Like, of course, it's obvious that if one person don't do it, another person will. So I'm not gonna get in a relationship if I know there's a chance of better. But if I take my time out to be in a relationship with you, choose you out of many others, then what was the purpose of the whole statement? You feel me? Okay.
That's a good logical. That's a good logical reason. It's very good.
Women cheat. Why do women cheat? Why do women cheat? Why do men cheat? Let's do that. We'll talk about both. I don't think that it's gender specific, man. I really don't. I think that ultimately cheating is the result of having this impulsive desire that you have to meet. And I don't think it's gender specific. You know, now of course there are multiple stereotypes that come along with why women cheat, why men cheat, et cetera, et cetera. But ultimately at the root of it, I don't think that cheating has a face or has a gender. You know, I think that it just has an impulsive desire that needs to be met. And regardless of whether it's a man or a woman, they'll see to it being done. Now, I mean, true indeed, you know, I mean, we can go for days talking about how men are less emotional, women are more emotional. But at the end of the day, there's no face in cheating. There's just a need that needs to be met.
Baby, wake up. Babe, I'm about to go to work. Wake up. Babe.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to another episode of Who Wants to Be a Cheater. I'm your co-host, Bruce Deuce.
The ultimate cheater will win a grand prize trip to Sin City. You know, Sin City, because cheating is a sin.
Our next contestant is...
John Doe.
John Doe! John, how about you step into the game show? Let me introduce you to my co-host. She's a cunt. Step right in here, buddy. John, step over here. 1 unit. Well, Shiza, can you explain to John the rules of the game?
No problem, Bruce. But first, how are you doing?
Shiza, I'm doing unbelievably well. Besides, you know, the debt I've accumulated over the years, the divorce that still hasn't ended, not to mention my huge gambling problem. But
should've got that ass a prenup. Back to the show. So, John, we're going to be giving you 3 lifelines to help you answer these questions. The first lifeline will be to phone a friend, where you can ask one of your real niggas for help. The second will be to ask the audience. Well, they'll have a decision on what you should do. And the third will be a 50-50. Well, we won't narrow down the choices for you.
And remember, Johnny boy, for every choice you make, there'll be a real-life copy of yourself actually doing it.
How the hell y'all get a real-life duplicate?
This means that for every choice you make, there'll be a consequence. So choose wisely.
Speaking of choosing wisely, it's time for your first choice.
Remember that text you received earlier? If I read correctly, it says, quote unquote, "Hey sexy daddy, how you doing?" Uh-oh, looks like it's not from your girlfriend Alex, but her best friend, Maya. Ooh. Do you, A, ignore the text, B, tell her you're a one-woman man, C, tell her nothing, just chillin', or D, file your taxes and reevaluate your 401k?
I'm going to see.
Whoa, that was fast. Maya responds back with a, "I miss you, baby. Want to come over?" Looks like someone's thirsty. Do you either A, contact her and say, "Hell no, I love my girlfriend"? B, send her a picture of your penis? C, inform her that her girlfriend's a skank whore? Or D, contact Progressive regarding your insurance premiums?
Let me go, B.
Get it right. About that time.
Well, folks, the dick pic is off. Maya responds with a quote-unquote, "licking my lips." I take that as a yes. Hurry up, my door's open. Sweet Hosanna, this girl's got the hot for you like a pot roast bake in Satan's kitchen. Johnny boy, what will you do this time? Will you A, grab some condoms and head off to her room? B, text, "My bad, I was sending that to my girlfriend." C, write a poem? Or D, bake a sweet, delicious potato casserole with chocolate banana pudding?
Man, I'm gonna have to go A.
Is that your final answer?
No doubt, bro.
Uh-oh, folks. Looks like Johnny's getting a text from no other than Alex, his girlfriend. Will he get away with what he has done, or will he be sorry? Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with a quick break.
I mean, why? I just don't understand why you can't just, break it off.
Right, yeah, like, and that's my thing personally, too. If I ever feel as if I'm going to cheat on a girl, I'll break up with her before I cheat on her, because when being single, and when I was single, you'll have these situations where you can do whatever you want. But in a relationship, you got to drop all that for this one person, because now you're working to build for that one person.
Why be in a relationship and cheat? Why? Everybody's cheating.
I think I mentioned this earlier when I had said that we go into a relationship without, expecting that we're going to be happy. Basically, that's how we enter every relationship. But then when we get into that relationship, as time goes by, we're not receiving that happiness anymore. We're not receiving that everything that the guy once did in the beginning that he's not doing anymore. So we're lost. We're left feeling empty. So we go out searching for attention, searching for emotions, searching for someone that we think will make us happy.
Around the age of 12, you start to develop what's called formal operation, according to a theorist, John Piaget. Very boring stuff. I won't go into depth about it, but pretty much what he talks about is how at this age we begin to think scientifically, we begin to think critically, and ultimately we begin to think morally. So within thinking morally, there's three stages. You have pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Pre-conventional morality tends to be the lowest level of morality because these people think in terms of reward and punishment, right? So here's the deal. If I were to ask somebody who thinks pre-conventionally, all right, is it worth it? If the benefit is worth the risk, and guess what? Yeah, it's worth it, because I got it, I got what I needed. But then for a person who thinks post-conventionally, a person who can actually think rationally, morally as it makes sense to them apart from what society tells them, not cheating never makes sense because this relationship means more to me than what that person has to offer me. So,
no. Cheating is not worth it. It's not. First of all, when you cheat, you don't first of all, a guy, when I'm talking to someone, you don't think about me. You don't. Because if you could this be in your document? If you spread that person's legs and you insert what you need to insert, you ain't thinking about me. Okay? So when you try to come back, you lost this. So was it worth it? And then you got to go to Clinic A because something down there itching. So is it worth it? Really? You got that on there? Thank you.
I just feel like there's no excuse for that. Like, don't commit yourself to a person if you know your attention is elsewhere, regardless of how much you love them. If you love that person, you wouldn't hurt them. You can love somebody without being with them.
You're right.
Like, if you're with a virgin that's abstinent and she lets you know that, and you just like, okay, all right, like, we're not going to be together right now because right now sex is a necessity in my love life. If they understand that, then there should be no issues. Don't commit yourself to this person and be like, yeah, I love you, I'm not going to be smashing the homies, and then you do it. Like, that's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Like I said, that's being territorial. You want that person to stay there while you go and do your dirt. You want that person to be clean and the purest thing that you know while you still going out being dirty. It's not fair.
Okay. All right. Now, after all that being said, this goes out to anybody. But Cassie, I would like you to answer this first. Have you ever been cheated on?
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
God.
You wanted to come back?
Nah, I mean, it just made me feel.
If you want to answer it.
It kind of made me feel angry in a way, very angry. But then it gave me a sense of maturity as well to ever think that I can expect that from this person that cheated on me.
Okay, this is what happened without naming them. It was already a little bit of problems going on in the relationship, and it was still at the point where we were trying to figure out where do we go from here. Then it got worse because I was told that he had another girlfriend. So I didn't want to believe it because you never believe he say, she say, especially on a college campus. So I asked the girl, she admitted to it, and then I asked him, and he acted like he didn't know who she was. So on my part, I lied, and I said, well, I've seen you two together. And then that's when he opened up and said, well, that's just my friend. And I was confused as to how that was your friend if you didn't even know the girl. So then a couple of days later, he wanted to take me out. He took me out, and then he admitted to being involved with another female.
And you know what I hate to hear? I hate hearing, I didn't tell you because it would hurt you.
Oh, that's
that's like so not true, because if you since you didn't tell me and I found it out on my own, that hurts me even more that you didn't come to me. Ladies and fellas, we will respect you more if you just come. I mean, what can I say? I mean, you're a man about the situation. You told me straight up, hey, this is what it's gonna be. You know, I did this, or I'm about to do this. You know, you respect that person even more. Yeah, it'll hurt, but in the end,
you can't be
all
mad
I
at
can
the
do
truth.
is respect you. Right.
Right. You can't be mad at the truth.
And the truth hurts sometimes. So.
Hurt you, and he cheated on you. He hurt your feelings, and broke your heart. How did that affect you really?
It just basically taught me to keep my guard up at all times.
Hey, girl! It's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your man is?
No, that's why I was texting him right now. Who are you?
Well, I'm going to give you a choice about where he is. He's either A, at the library studying, B, he's at work, C, he's with your best friend secretly getting busy, or D, he's at the sperm bank getting money for the bills. That's just disgusting.
He's at work.
Sorry, girl, try again.
Then he has to be at the library studying.
Right not.
Don't tell me he's at the sperm bank collecting money to pay the bills.
Is that your final answer?
Yes. my man.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, I'm about to get draws. You won't be getting no draws, D.
I'm a baller shot caller, 20-inch blades. Oh, come on, man.
Wait, Alex. You have two choices here. You can either A,
come on, man,
fuck him
bro.
up, B, fuck him up, C, fuck him up, or D, fuck him up.
Let me get a 50-50 on this fool.
Okay, so what's it gonna be?
I'ma beat his ass. I know this motherfucker ain't sleeping with my man.
Babe, no, wait. Babe, come on, man. What the fuck, man? Babe, she ain't even on.
Get that damn camera on my face.
Hey, Bruce, have you ever realized that there's never been any winners on Who Wants to Be a Cheater? You would think after all this time, at least one person would have made it to Sin City.
Well, she's a cunt. When it comes to cheating, there are no winners.
You know what, Bruce douche? You're right. And you know, like we saw earlier, cheating doesn't just hurt the cheatee, but also the cheater.
You're right, she's a cunt. You're absolutely right. I couldn't have said it any better. Well, folks, that's all the time we have left. We'll see you next time on Who Wants to Be a Cheater. And don't forget to have your pets spayed or neutered.
Listen, bro. I understand what you're saying, but I'ma help them understand what you're saying. Basically, this how the girl be. Where? Who? You been where? Where who? For real. Oh, really? That's how you feel? And the guys be like, asking all them questions. Asking all them questions. Why you asking all them questions? Making statements. Assuming. Asking all them questions. Asking all them questions. Why you asking all them questions? Making statements. Assuming. Where you been? How much did you spend? Yeah, I trust you. Now unlock your phone. Who is this? How? See? Why you playing with me? That's the same reason why you ain't staying with me. You trying to get up in these drawers, you ain't laying with me. And I ain't even trying to hear what you saying to me. Just grab your stuff, hit the dough. Go chill with them other girls. That is why her weeds say. Talking about some beach girl.